Now this is a really nice, healthy dogwood tree, but 2 years ago I accidentally split the tree in half when I cut down an old maple tree that was behind us. Now it's kind of a funny story because my wife was pulling out of the driveway and I'm sort of walking around with my chainsaw cleaning up the yard, and I said to her, hey, you know, I think I'm going to cut that old maple tree down. She goes, well, you think you ought to call somebody? Is it going to hit the dogwood? And I said, no, I'm going to drop it on that side of the property. So sure enough, the tree falls right on the dogwood and splits it in half. Now I thought, I better get this fixed. So I ran down to the hardware store and bought some 3/8 rod, tied the tree back together with some motorcycle tie downs, and ended up bolting the tree back together. So I'll bring the camera closer, and maybe if you've broken a tree, or maybe it's just snow damage, it's kind of a good way to fix a tree, and you'll see that it works. If we take a good close look at the bolts and the washers, you can see that the tree is actually growing over them now. And on this part of the tree, you can see where the threaded rod goes right through one branch and through another, and is then bolted on this side. Now the first step was to get the hardware, and once I had that 3/8 rod, I drilled 3 holes through the tree using a 3/8 inch thick drill bit. With the holes drilled, I then hammered the threaded rod through the tree and used 2 washers, an inch washer and like an 1.5 inch washer, because I wanted a lot of surface pressure when I bolted the tree back together. And then I really tightened up those nuts using just an adjustable wrench, and once they were tight, the end pieces I cut off with a sawzall, but you could use a hacksaw or a grinder, whatever you have. Now I think I have a picture of that before I cut them off, and if I do, I'll splice it in. It's a bad picture because I took it with my phone. Once that was completely done, then I painted all of the hardware and all of the wounds that the tree had sustained with some tree paint. Okay, well, whether you've accidentally broken a tree or your tree is broken from snow damage or wind damage, this is really a good way to fix a tree, and I hope it helps. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.